Hi, I'm John Waterhouse, and this is Weekday Wisdom. Our last session of Weekday Wisdom, my question to you was, do you have or want to be in a powerful relationship? And I went over 6 ideas that I've used in my life to enhance my relationship with my beautiful Barbara. And I've got 6 more to share with you right now. But let's go over the first ones really quick of what we've already covered in our previous session, just so you'll remember. Number one, trust that your partner has noble intentions and heartfelt sincerity, even when you disagree with their position. Idea two, put your energy more into understanding why something is important to your partner and less energy into defending your own position. The third idea was focus on how much you appreciate this one, especially when you disagree. Number four is always be open to greater understanding of what's going on by expanding your perceptions and altering your beliefs. Number five, your relationship never did anything wrong, so don't blame it. Number six, be more present with one another today than you were yesterday and even more present tomorrow. Number seven is take time every day to acknowledge the amazingly wonderful gifts your partner brings to your life. Most people who are in a relationship don't think about the great stuff that their partner brings to their life. What you think about and what you speak about is what you're creating more of in your life. So if you want the best of your partner, then tell them these things. Tell them what's so great about them. Thank them for being the way they are. Thank them for what they do that supports your life. And the more you do that, the better it'll get. And it's not like once in a while. It's not like on holidays. Do it every day. It doesn't have to be a big fancy thing. Just a little phrase that says, I really appreciate it when you do so and so. I appreciate it when you remind me that you love me. I appreciate it when you give me that beautiful smile. It can be that simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. But by focusing on those things, you'll get more of them. And don't we all want more of the things that we want? My eighth idea is be infinitely clear that your partner will always be true to their nature more than they will be obedient to your expectations. Of course, you will have expectations on how you would like them to be, but that's not what drives them. They have a natural way of being. They've always been that way. They will always be that way. To expect them to change because they're in relationship with you is nonsense. So don't even go there. Find a way to be in love with their nature, even if it seems unusual or a little quirky to you, even if it seems like it's not the way you would do it. It's the way they do it. It's the way they say it. It's the way they feel it. And trying to get them to change is a no-win situation. So don't try to do that. Focus on their nature and see the way they are in the world and be happy about that. They'll be true to that. And that'll make your life easier and it'll make their life easier. Number nine, if you forget these things and get upset with your partner, remember that it's your upset, not theirs. And conversely, if they get upset with you, remember that it's their upset, not yours. So don't go into this major defensive thing because they're upset with you. Love them. Just love them and let them get over it. They will. And remind them that you love them and they will truly get over it. Upset is just like that. And it all passes. It's all temporary. The truth is that what you want to have a lasting effect on is being together. All the other things are minutia by comparison. You want to wake up in the morning and see their face. You want to speak to them in the dark, the last thing at the end of the day. Those are the things that are important. Those are the things that are rich about being with another. So focus there and don't worry about the upset. The upset is irrelevant by comparison. Number nine, no, I'm sorry, number 10, constantly seek to enhance your sense of connection through clear and meaningful communication. In other words, tell each other everything and look into their eyes when you're speaking to them. Too many times people don't do that. They don't make that connection. They say that the eyes are the direct connection to the spirit. Look into their eyes, really see them, really know them. Communication is the key to any successful relationship at any level, an intimate relationship, a business relationship, a friendship, whatever kind of relationship you're creating. Communication will make it work. And that isn't about you always just telling them what you want, what you'd like, the way you'd like it to be, but also listening to what they think and what's important to them. It has to be a balance of the two. So what I do in my life is, and what I learned from my relationship with Barbara was to not just ask a question of her when I would like some agreement on where I'm going. Uh, what I would find is that I would hold back on telling her what I thought. I'd say, "What do you think about this?" And she would tell me. And sometimes she would say, "I didn't have an opinion until you asked me." But then I did have an opinion. And then I would follow it by saying, "Well, this is what I'm thinking." And it would be different. So what I've learned to do is, if I want to create some consensus around something, if I want to have an agreement around something, I start by saying, "This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm feeling about this. What do you think? What do you feel?" And not letting her start with a blank slate and not knowing where I am, but actually sharing that information up front and then having her relate to it. And by doing that, we come to a place where it works much faster. Okay, number 11 on my list of 12. Live as though it is actually more important to be happy than to be right. That's an old adage. It's more important to be happy than to be right, but it's old and it works. So let it be the truth. Choose to be happy. It doesn't matter whether you're right or not in someone else's eyes. Choose to be happy. And from a state of joy, from a state of happiness, when you communicate your thoughts on something, they're much easier to receive. So even when it looks tough, you don't have to get hard. Keeping it light, keeping it open, creating some laughter really does make a difference. I tell Barbara quite often that the thing that I love, that touches my heart the most, is her laughter. If she laughs, I had this sense of joy in my heart that just reminds me how important she is to me and how great it is to be with her. So choose to be happy. And my final one is, above all else, love them. Love them. Love them no matter what. Now that is a pretty broad idea, but it really does work. We're not in relationship with someone just to get from them. There's a giving process as well. And over the years, Barbara and I have found our way through that. Barbara supported me for 6 years while I was off being involved in the leadership of our international organization. I would come and go as I needed to, and she would support me. She would handle things that I wasn't there to handle, and she would always be glad when I got home. And because of that, I'm sure it has a big part of it. I am completely present for her as she goes through the health challenges she's facing right now. There's balance in our relationship. And I have to tell you that I could not love her more today than I do. But maybe I'll love her more tomorrow. And out of all that, the bottom line is love. Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to experience the divine through this thing called love. And when we open our hearts and we give ourselves to someone else, and we let go of our attitudes that are in any way divisive or complicating our lives, when we can let go of those things and just be present with someone, anything is possible. So with this, I hope we planted some seeds. I hope that there's something in here that has value in your life. And I wish you all the love you can handle. And with that, have a fantastic day.